So needless to say, I love the movie. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Shit.
I was a big Edgar Allan Poe fan as a kid.
Yeah.
My parents were probably a little concerned, but oh well.
Yeah.
And
Dope.
then I did like I did like an anthology play where they did like Cask of Amontillado.
Hmm.
Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. And another one. I wasn't in. I was really mad because it was a trilogy, and I wasn't in a Poe play of that trilogy. And then I just finished Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher, which I had never finished
Hmm.
before. And I
Okay.
guess I wanted to know like what your draw is to Poe and kind of how do you I don't want to say modernize it, but I mean like how do you want to like inject that into the screenplay?
Well, I mean, I went back and I read a bunch of Poe, a bunch of his short stories, and before I did this, and
Mm-hmm.
Murders in the Rue Morgue, which is kind of the text of detective fiction a little bit, along with Wilkie Collins.
Okay.
But and I don't know, it is it's funny you forget how creepy and genuinely weird his writing is. I
Yeah.
think that it's so ubiquitous, the notion of Poe in culture, and then you go back and actually read it, and it is strikingly weird and wonderful. And
Yeah.
so kind of yeah, and obviously the gothic tone of it. And I mean, I think that the truth is for this for this movie, the bigger influence in terms of books was the mystery author I name check in the movie, John Dixon Carr, who
Mm-hmm.
in turn is taking a lot from Poe tonally. Carr wrote in that same
Mm.
kind of very gothic kind of yeah, very gothic horror style. Uh, but Carr also wrote, these puzzle like impossible crime mysteries, and he was kind of like the author. So he channels Poe. I would say the more direct inspiration was Carr for this.
Mm.
In terms of modernizing, I try not to, or like I don't know. I what I try to do is just have a thing that I love and isolate the pleasure center of what that is for me, the way it really makes me happy about it. And then just take that pleasure center and try and do that as powerfully and as well as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I kind of trust that because I am, for better and for worse, living in the year 2025 right now, it's going to come out through my life experience and my voice, and it's going to
Yeah.
have that modernity to it. And I
Yeah.
don't do that, but yeah, that's it's kind of a
Okay.
little like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was after I think after watching Usher and seeing this and I went back and I was like, he wasn't Edgar Allan Poe wasn't very old when he died. I mean, obviously
Oh
time
no,
period and stuff like that. I
yeah,
was like, man, what
yeah,
the amount of creepy shit that he accomplished in his time on this planet is
you
actually
got a
quite
lot.
impressive.
I
Yeah.
know, man. He was prolific.
Yeah.
It's always into it's a. I love those authors who. I love prolific authors because I feel exactly the opposite. I feel like I'm just trying to get a movie done every 2 years to look at authors
Yeah.
who are at like 3 books a year. It's amazing to me.
That's crazy. Oh. Um, I'm trying to say this without being really cheesy, but like good versus evil.
Yeah.
The I'm not a religious person myself. I personally think that I'm a little scared of religion. I've been like that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it made me love Benoit even more
Mm.
for the fact that he's just like, this is all heebie jeebie hocus pocus. Um
Yeah.
because like if you experience somebody who is, fanatical, it
Hmm.
can sort of, to me, in my experience, sort of strike fear to you. But on the other side, I really think Josh's performance is so beautiful. It's a really beautiful for lack of a better phrase, performance about like answering a call and doing better.
Right.
So I guess I kind of wanted to ask about just those complete opposite ends of the spectrum,
Yeah.
especially when we get to learn about Wix, and I don't know, I feel like I see them like this,
Yep.
and I guess yeah, I guess I was like, tell me all about that. But I was just really drawn to Josh's goodness, and it doesn't ever feel like put on. It really honestly feels like it comes like radiating out of his heart, which I thought is very
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that, I mean, it makes me really happy to hear that's how it felt to you. I mean, yeah,
Mm,
it's, and I think, I mean, the two poles of kind of, it's almost like a relay race. In the first act, the two poles are Josh and Wix and Brolin, Judd and Wix. And then the rest of the movie, the two poles are Judd and Blanc.
mm,
Um, and I think, to me, almost the more interesting one, the real reason I kind of wanted to write the movie was the Judd and Blanc dynamic, because I did grow up very, very Christian. I wasn't Catholic. I was like evangelical Protestant up through my early 20s. I was a very deep believer, and I fell away from it in my 20s. I'm not a believer at all anymore.
mm.
And so I have literally both of those characters kind of inside me, and it
Yeah.
was, you know, um, and everything in the movie is a reflection of, including Wix, but including Judd, is a reflection of my experience with the church and with faith and with religion in the bigger sense. So, but it was important to me to, because I wanted to be able to talk to kind of explore the Blanc side of it as well. I felt like it was important to center the movie around genuinely trying to uh, tap back into the things when I was a Christian that even now I genuinely look back and treasure. And there is, I mean, the basic fundamental thing of love your enemy, that being something that, and paired with the recognition that we're all imperfect humans, and that's impossible for all of us to constantly do. And so the grace in that, but the aspiration of love your enemy. I mean, especially I know for me right now, man, that's the hardest thing to imagine
Yeah.
doing. And yet such a beautiful concept, and the idea of someone who's genuinely trying to do that in the world
Hmm.
and coming up against sort of an us against them, you know, attitude uh, with the people that he bumps up against. I mean, I don't know, that I can relate to even beyond the realm of religion. That I can very much relate to even in the realm
Mm.
of trying to figure out how to be a good human and just kind of, I think we're all trying to figure out, is there a way out of this cycle of kind of, angry little tribes that we're in these days?
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about the way that I noticed, especially on a rewatch, of how like Benoit could have, you know, put his what is the word, agnosticism or atheism
Atheism,
on.
I think, yeah, pure
Yeah,
atheism.
he could have put that on somebody, or he could have brought it up amidst all this stuff, but he doesn't do that. I felt like there was a real sort of
Mm,
genuine trying to understand not just
mm.
Josh's character, but also Wix, even though Wix is obviously
Yeah,
not around to like defend himself or speak for himself.
right.
So I don't know. There's something about that that I found very fascinating in terms
Mm,
of what these actors bring to the characters. It could have been very wall up, and obviously,
right,
yeah, could have been a lot harder to solve this mystery. Um,
right, right.
I think I wanted to ask about the color red. Forgive me if that's a basic question, but I mean,
Love it.
that that image of forgetting her character's name, where she opens the doors to the church in the flashback when
Oh yeah,
Glenn is talking.
Grace.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, that like is burned in my brain.
I
And
love it.
I love that we see that and then we see it later and it
Mm.
visually looks different even though the action is the same.
Yeah.
And I guess I wanted to know how you kind of wanted to manifest that color, maybe what you wanted it to represent as the film goes through.
Yeah, I mean, red is a thing. This is maybe, I don't know, maybe the Hitchcock nut in me, but thinking about Marnie and
Yeah.
red is such a powerful color that I feel like you have to pick and choose when you deploy it. Oh, hello, cat.
Yeah. He only wants to come in here when I'm doing interviews. So I
That's
guess
lovely. Love
it's a
it.
very
Here,
Edgar
laying
Allan
on the
Poe, the Black
computer.
Cat. Here we are.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. And that sequence in particular, I mean, just it was because the whole thing is being told through Martha's sort of point of view of it, and
Mm-hmm.
the notion of going full Bram Stoker's Dracula and
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I
and
love
just
that.
and just going very theatrical and trying to just make it as demonic as possible. And we um, throughout it, we used actually on set. We had got like colored perspex, just like colored plastic, and stuck them onto the lens with duct tape, and that's what creates that like red and that green and stuff. And it was very fun on set. I would like find it, and then we duct tape it on, and then
Oh
just
wow.
going
That's
very
cool.
impressionistic with it. So, but that flash of red, and then the other places we deploy red in the murder, obviously, with the red vestments and the blood.
Mm.
So yeah, it's the color red is kind of a powerful little jab of a punch that you have to really be strategic where you
Yeah.
deploy. Yeah.
Yeah, the I love that we get to see Martha's God when we realize that what she's telling us at the beginning is really her
Yeah.
point of view and what she's trying to project. And then later, I just think it's such. I don't remember seeing a movie lately that does
Mm.
that, and it's oh my god, I was just so like almost like drunk on it when I was watching it.
I love that.
Um,
Love that.
I guess a silly question to
Yeah.
leave you with is Andrew Lloyd Webber, man.
Yeah.
I was I kind of wanted to know maybe if you think well, I guess this is like a two-part thing. I kind of wanted to ask. I mean, maybe it's just I love Andrew Lloyd Webber. I know a lot of people don't. I'm a musical
Yeah.
theater
Yeah.
nerd, so it was like I like him because of the drama. I like the repetitive nature of a lot of his score.
Yeah.
Phantom is wonderfully infused in here. I guess I
Yeah.
wanted to know what you like about Andrew Lloyd Webber and if you think Benoit Blanc would have liked the Jamie Lloyd version of Sunset Boulevard.
So I grew up a high school theater kid in in the 90s. So
Mm-hmm.
it was Les Mis and Phantom were kind of the two
That was
pillars
it.
of my high school
Yeah.
experience. And Phantom is I deeply love Andrew Lloyd Webber. And I think Phantom is one of the great pieces of pop art to come out of the past
I
generation.
I
I,
love that musical.
I love it so much. But I also, I mean, fuck, I could probably sing you the entirety of Aspects of Love right now. I go deep with Andrew Lloyd
Oh
Webber.
yeah.
Yeah, and I love I don't know, yeah, it's funny. I think that Blanc probably he has Sondheim posters up in his apartment, but he's blasting Skimbleshanks in his car, and that sums up sums it up for a lot for me.
Gosh.
I know, and yeah, I mean, I really dug that Jamie. I really
Oh
dug that
God.
Sunset Boulevard. I
That
think
was
at the same time
insane.
when I was
Yeah.
watching, yeah, I thought it was really powerful. The thing is, I know that show so well,
Mm-hmm.
and the first time I saw it was actually with Glenn playing the lead,
Oh my.
not in its original run, but in she did
Oh
like
yeah.
did in London. I forget what movie we were there. I think we were making the Star Wars movie. So I'm really happy I got to see her do it first. I think Glenn is her performance as Norma. It's so good, and this new one is fantastic also, and she's
Hmm.
incredible. But for me, Glenn is the OG, and just I just love that score. It's so beautiful and lush. It was interesting actually, the starkness of the visual presentation of this one. Um, I don't know. It for me, like knowing the musical and knowing the movie so well, it really landed. Part of my brain was thinking, God, if you didn't know the story, would you be
Oh
able to
yeah,
follow what's going on? I don't even know. But it was, I guess the answer is yes, because it was a big hit. People were coming to see it who obviously weren't familiar with the musical, and it was landing. So I don't know.
yeah. The my husband hadn't seen. He had heard some of the music, and then I asked him at intermission. I was like, "Do you know what's going on?" He was like, "Yeah, I think so." And he said, "But even if I didn't, I wouldn't care because
I guess that's the
yeah,
thing. Yeah, it just sweeps you along into kind of the score. But yeah,
yeah."
I just love that. I can't wait for was the new version of Cats that's kind of the
Like ballroom
yeah
culture. Yeah, I'm
ballroom.
excited for
That's I mean
that.
I love that he's being reinvented now with these
Yeah.
productions. I feel like it's exactly what. Have you done Masquerade? Have you done the
No, we are thinking about doing a trip in maybe in the new year,
yeah
and doing it because he actually we I had seen Phantom in like high school, and then
yeah.
my husband had never seen it, and when they announced that it was closing, I was like, we have to see it, and we got like amazing seats, and so I when I was, I get all the emails from the from the Phantom himself saying like we have extra seats and stuff. I was like, ooh. So yeah, I don't know, that Phantom cue is really beautifully injected in there, and it's just yeah, I can see him saying like, "Oh, I love Sweeney Todd," and then
Deep roots.
blasting Woman in White and
There
something like that.
you go. Yeah.
Um, Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. This was
Yeah,
a pleasure, man.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
You too, man. Take care.
Bye.